Hey everybody, welcome back to Stargrinding with Remblob. It's been a bit. I've been lazy. I've been a student that physically goes to school now. But I'm back. This series is back. I have a lot to talk about. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be a chill day today. Well, I've been well. This past week, I've just I kind of pooped out a little bit, but I'm back. I'm ready to actually make weekly schedules and stream and stuff again. I've actually been watching a lot of shit today. Not today, but lately. I've been watching some anime. I've been watching some anime. I don't know why I tried to say that I've been watching something else again. I'm worse at talking. I haven't done this in so long. I'm worse at talking. Last episode, I felt like, oh my god, I felt like I killed it. Got some top tier commentary. But I kind of fell off a little bit. But like, that's just life, you know what I mean? Me being lazy and not doing and procrastinating on both streaming and schoolwork, and like I just felt like a blech every day. But I think I could actually come back now. I also haven't played this game in like forever. I did a race with Mega. We just raced the weekly Blued Loosed. I won. Great for me. I've just mainly been watching anime all day. In between doing schoolwork and going to school. I really need a hobby. It's like gaming and like streaming, that's fine and all, but it's not really like it's something that I also get bored with. It's like I used to play tennis, I used to play guitar, you know. But now it is, because it's like if what's been happening the past week, which is just me being bored all day. If like GD starts to be like, I don't really want to play GD, or if Osu gets boring, and I'm just bored. So I don't really have like a casual game that I can play for a long time. I do have like games that I haven't played or started yet, but I really need like a good game to just chill and play. I do kind of have that in Super Auto Pets, but at the same time, I've never played Super Auto Pets for more than an hour at a time. It's like I do a few like free to play rounds. I do a few pay to win rounds. Sometimes I get 10 wins. It's not that like I'm bad and I get frustrated. It's just kind of started to become not very interesting anymore. I need to like I don't know. What do people that aren't degen gamers do in their free time? I have no idea. And preferably it's something that I can just do at home as well. I guess reading maybe, but you know. I would love to try to play tennis again, but there's just not really any more opportunities, and it's not like I want to pay for like lessons again or anything. I'm definitely gonna at least try out tennis in college, like real college, but for now I guess it is only like a few more months before the semester ends, and then I have to move, but like 3 months is still kind of a long time, and if you're like bored every day for 3 months, like I want a hobby that's not just like consuming things, like not just playing games or watching anime or watching YouTube, or I want to actually do something, you know? But I have no idea what that could be. Maybe I should just look up common hobbies that people have. Like, I'm open to anything, honestly. And like, I would do like art related stuff, like try to get into drawing or making music, or like 3D modeling and stuff, but it's so complicated. I'm probably just lazy, but you know, it's just like creating in GD. I'd love to be able to do it, but learning how just seems like such a hassle, and it seems so laborious and a pain overall. That's why, like, one of the things that I really want to get is like Skillshare or something, so that I can actually learn stuff and have it be like a streamlined course that will help me learn at least a little more efficiently than just looking up videos on how to do random stuff, and if there's no videos, then just trying it out yourself. I guess this isn't really a hobby, but I guess I could also get back into studying Japanese again. If I do that, it'll only be for like 15 minutes a day though, so it's not really something that occupies a lot of my time. Or I could just be a degenerate gamer weeb and just binge anime and just keep getting games and playing games all day, but not really what I want to do with my life, you know? I mean, anime is great, games are pog, but I want to be something more than that, you know what I mean? I wanna like know a lot about something and be like an expert in something. I've thought about this a lot. I'm very much a jack of all trades, master of none type of person. I'm just like kind of good at a lot of things. I'm not excellent at anything. You know, my hardest demon's Layak. I can beat like 5 stars in Osu. Maybe the occasional 6 star. I can play like intermediate guitar songs. I can kind of draw if I'm given a reference. I'm only like decent at everything. But also you have to be passionate about the thing that you have a hobby about. I guess the thing that I am the closest to being an expert at, and it's lame, but it's anime. You know? And even then, I don't know that much. I think I know a relatively above average amount compared to most people. Like, I know some directors and like composers and the studios and just like IPs in general, but all of the anime I've seen they're all like pretty popular. I haven't really seen any super obscure shows. I just kind of watch what's popular. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, if I only watch what's popular, then I mean, I'm pretty much guaranteed to have a good time. But I don't know. But speaking of anime, you know, I've returned back to my 14-year-old self who non-stop binged anime every free hour I could. I caught up to Attack on Titan. It's been insane. I don't really want to talk about it because spoilers. But yeah, it's safe to say Attack on Titan is insane. And I've seen opinions about how the manga ends, and some people say it's a good ending, some people say it was shit. Honestly, I do think the ending is very important in separating an amazing show from a masterpiece, but Attack on Titan's already done so much for me that if it has a bad ending, at least if it has a bad opinion, if I think it has a bad ending, then I'll be a little bit disappointed, but like season 4 has just been nothing but hype and amazing moments, so I'm very excited to see how it ends, and I now am going through the pain of having to wait a week per episode. But you know, it's actually waiting like a week per episode. Actually, it's painful sometimes, but this fucking song. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Why does this remix sound like a Christmas song, dude? I was talking about Attack on Titan. I was talking about... God damn it, SAO, you fucking ruin everything. I was talking about how Attack on Titan's done so much that I won't care if it ends badly. I genuinely can't remember what I was talking about. I feel like there's something more than that. But anyway, yeah, Attack on Titan's just plainly just fucking amazing. If it ends badly, like, that'll separate whether it's Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this level? It will separate whether it's one of my favorite one of my favorite anime ever, or just like I think it'll be one of my favorite anime regardless, but I think unless it ends like bad, and when I mean bad, I mean it like ruins everything that it built up, which I don't think it will. That'll separate whether it's just one of my favorite shows or like in contention for my favorite of all time. Oh, I know what I was talking about. I was talking about how waiting a week for every episode of a show can be kind of painful. This level sucks, by the way. But honestly, it's overall a better experience, and the only reason why I'm skipping this. The only reason why I haven't that I don't just wait a week for every episode of an anime I watch is because I'm impatient. I'm gonna try this with a practice. I'm just impatient, and then I just can't wait for the next episode, and it's too hype. But I have done this before where in anime I watch one episode a day, and I've done that with 2 shows that I've seen, and overall I think I did enjoy them more than if I were to just binge them, because it allows you to digest the episode for longer, and it helps you look forward to anime, and it also really helps with not running out of things to watch, because if you only watch one episode of an anime per day, then you're not gonna run out of anime to watch as easily. Yeah, the show I did that for was Bloom Into You. It's a Yuri anime, a Yuri romance anime, and like I still remember, like I watched it, I want to say, I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago, and I still remember specific moments that happened in episodes, and I remember like which episodes they were too. And like if you ask me to remember which episode of season 3 that Levi fought the Beast Titan, then I wouldn't be able to tell you, because I just binged that shit to oblivion. Like, binging is fun, but also overall I get more value out of the shows that I watch with sorry this is like unwatchable right now, but it's just GD, you know. Am I gonna skip a 2-star? Am I about to skip a 2-star? But anyway, I recently started doing that again, where I just watch an episode of an anime per day, and I started doing that with Odd Taxi. And yeah, I'm like, it's already like just a good show, so it's not like I only enjoy it because I'm watching only one episode per day. But I think since it's like a mystery kind of, it's kind of Bacano style, where you flip-flop between perspectives of characters, and over time it unravels like a mystery. And it's really good. But I think since I'm able to digest the episode a lot easier and a lot more, because I'm not just binging through it in one day, I think I will generally get more value out of watching the show. And like, you might not believe me, but I try it. What? Pick an anime that you want to watch, and then watch just one episode every day, and see how you feel about it afterwards. Like, I will always remember Bloom Into You, because I did that. But yeah, Odd Taxi, I've watched the first 2 episodes of it. I love the opening, first of all, and the dialogue is very snappy and like witty. I guess it's kind of like Monogatari-esque, but I don't think just every show that has good dialogue is just Monogatari-esque, but it's like the quality of like how the characters interact and talk with each other it is kind of reminiscent of Monogatari. And like it's just a really cool concept for a show. And just the main idea of the show is you follow the main character as a taxi driver, and through the people he meets in his car, it tells like a gradually a story in like separate parts that gradually comes together, or at least I assume it'll come together. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched the entire thing yet, but yeah, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Bacano. I'm a massive fan of Monogatari. They're two of my favorite shows of all time, so I'm excited. I've also been watching reactions to Odd Taxi as well by a channel called Semblance of Sanity. The name might sound familiar, and because one of there are two brothers that react to anime, and one of them wrote battle lines, which you have made fun of me for making that book review on it. So yeah, I've watched them for a while, and like they're actually good at reacting. Like it's the first time I've seen like an actually good reaction channel to anime, because they actually pay attention and theorize and come up with stuff after they watch the episode. Because after the episode, they have a discussion portion where they just talk about what they watched, and they like go through the episode and kind of review it and come up with theories. And especially for shows like Odd Taxi, which is a mystery, it's really cool to see them come up with theories, and they have insights that even on their first time watching, I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that. And it also heightens the experience of watching the show. It's just been really fun. I also watched every one of their Attack on Titan reactions when I was going through Attack on Titan 2, and like it's just really cool to see people hyped about a show and theorize about it. Yeah, I've been having fun watching anime recently, which is not something that's really happened recently. I mean, I've been consistently watching anime, not on my own, but it's because of the watch parties that I do. But I haven't been this like into anime in a while, and I'm glad to be. And that's another thing, is if I just watching one episode per day really helps with not getting burnt out on anime because you're only consuming like a little package each day, and you get to enjoy it more and you get to enjoy it for longer, which is like it's goated. You just have to be patient. And then it's very hard, admittedly, but it's, oh my god, dude, come on. It's a goated strategy. Honestly, it's goated. Speaking of watch parties, we finished Assassination Classroom. We've been watching that for a good 4 months. But it's finally over. We finally finished it. And what a good fucking show, dude. It's kind of like Code Geass, not in like plot or anything, but how my experience generally is that the first season was really good, and the second season, the first half had some kind of stupid stuff happen. But the ending and like the second half of the second season is just really, really good, and the ending is just one of my favorites ever. I think Assassination Classroom's ending is probably my favorite ending in anime. I love Code Geass and I love how it ends, but S-Class just hits different, man. It's so good. Definitely one of my favorite shows now. I'm really glad that I picked it to watch, especially as a watch party too. It's so goddamn good. I'm not gonna play this. I don't feel like playing this, dude. I did watch also after I watched Attack on Titan, I rewatched Made in Abyss, another one of my favorite anime. And yeah, it's also just one of my favorite worlds and one of my favorite soundtracks. It just feels so magical, which makes when it gets dark and disturbing as fuck all the more impactful. It's just so good. It's so good. But Cookie is chosen Steins Gate 0 to watch for our next watch party. Oh yeah, before I go off on another tangent, I watched the Made in Abyss movie for the first time. I cried. It was depressing. It was also very, very... the end of it was like very bittersweet. It was really good. Like, goddamn. Goddamn Made in Abyss. I'm hyped for season 2. I hope it's as good as season 1 of this movie were. I really enjoyed it. But now we decided to, well, Cookie decided that we would watch Steins Gate 0. I have seen it before. But I just want to say, at least to Cookie, it isn't as good as Steins Gate, but it's still very much worth watching and a good addition to the whole like Steins Gate universe. It's very different, but it's still really good. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm not gonna like spoil it like an asshole, but I'm really interested to see how you like it, because it's interesting. I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to revisit it. Yeah, that's basically, it's not basically all my anime adventures, actually. To supplement my anime, because I'm only watching one episode of a new show that I haven't seen before per day. I've also decided to in addition to that, I decided to rewatch some shows, and when I'm rewatching shows, I can just binge it. So if I watch one episode of Odd Taxi and I'm still feeling that I want to watch some anime, I can watch Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, which I am watching right now. Another one of my favorite anime, my favorite like series in like franchises. It's if you're like an anime fan that kind of also just dips their toes into the world of anime and not just watch what people are raving about on Twitter, then you know what Fate is. If you don't know what it is, I highly recommend a video by Giguk about it's called like trying to get someone into Fate or something. It's a really good sketch, and it's pretty accurate. But anyway, yeah, Fate is so good. I highly recommend Fate. It's just one of those shows that's hard to get into because it's it's pretty complicated. It's kind of like Monogatari in that aspect, but it's even more complicated. I'm about to like do the sketch, but basically Fate Stay Night, which is kind of like the main timeline, not the main timeline, like the main universe of Fate. It's what started Fate. It was originally a visual novel with 3 routes. Do I want to get into this? Do I want to get into this? But yeah, Fate was originally a visual novel. It had 3 routes. I read the entire thing, which was an entire month of my life, totaling in like 120 hours total. Which is kind of crazy. But yeah, that reading the visual novel is still like one of the most fun and just one of the best experiences I've had with something relating to anime. I adore the visual novel so much. I'd love to recommend it, but it's just so long. It's so long. It's long even by visual novel standards. Like it's just ugh. But the anime is really good. But the reason why it's hard to get into is because basically there were 3 routes in the visual novel, and they are the same. They're basically the same like time frame, but each route, some things are different, and each route builds off of one another. So it's not like you can you go on the first route and then you read the second route and then you read the third route. It's very linear. But the only good anime adaptations are for the second and third route. And you aren't missing out on that much when you don't know anything about the first route and just watch the anime of the second route, which is what I'm watching right now. Am I making sense? How does this translate to your ears? Am I just speaking garbage? But I'm watching Fate. I'm watching the Fate series. I'm watching Unlimited Blade Works right now. Then I'm gonna watch the Heaven's Feel movies. Then I'm gonna watch Fate Zero, which is the prequel. And that Fate Zero is just another one of my favorite shows of all time. Dude, it's so good. It's definitely peak Fate. It's so good. It's so good, dude. Yeah, I definitely sound like a Fate fan that badly explains the really complex lore and stuff about Fate. Honestly, if you have the time, read the visual novel. If you don't have the time, watch Unlimited Blade Works, the Ufotable adaptation. That's an anime, not the movie. Then watch the 3 Heaven's Feel movies, and then watch Fate Zero. That's basically all I need to do. But it's also complicated because of reasons that I tried to explain earlier, but won't now. I'm just gonna stop talking about Fate. That's probably glazed over by now. But yeah, so I'm gonna binge that while I'm also watching Odd Taxi. And then I also really wanted to rewatch Hunter x Hunter. I really wanted to rewatch Haikyuu, and I really wanted to rewatch Monogatari. So those are the other 3 shows that I wanted to watch again. And they're all very long, so they'll be good for just like they'll be a good supplement, and they'll be there for a while. I need to practice this again. This is taking way too long, dude. But overall, watch Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi is really good. It's only 13 episodes. It's finished. So yeah, Odd Taxi is just so good. And there's a lot of other anime that I wanted to watch as well. I made a watch list that I'm actually gonna like watch all the shows that I put on it in order, so that I actually watch anime and not be like, okay, so I finished Odd Taxi. Now what do I feel like watching out of all of these anime? I don't really feel like watching anything really. Maybe like a slice of life show. I don't know. But no, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to watch all the shows that I put in order. Imagine. Ooh. One thing I wanted to talk about is a game that I became interested in. Why? You guessed it. A bunch of VTubers are playing it right now. It's called Needy Streamer Overload. And it's basically, you're like a manager of a new streamer, and you have to like take care of her and help her be a successful streamer. And it's one of those games that covers like dark themes, and it's like depressing and like possibly disturbing to some people, and while also being in like a cute like pixel art kind of style. It just seems really interesting to me. And there's like a bunch of multiple endings, so I think that would be a good game to stream, and a good game to actually play. That's not just Osu GD and Super Auto Pets. Dude, I actually can't beat this level. I've been on this for so long, dude. Oh my god. I got through a whole Fate rant in the time it's taking to beat this, dude. Dude! I'm actually gonna skip this. I'm too dumb. I couldn't be asked. It's not that good of a level anyway. Oh my god, this episode's been kind of a disaster, but whatever. I'm back. What do you expect? What song is this? This sounds so familiar. I love when something in the foreground covers my icon so I can't see. It's so much fun. Okay, this is easy. Song of Storms remix. I have no idea what that is. Bro. All right. That's it. I'm not gonna go back and repeat levels that I skipped. It's too much work. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you had a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will see you next time, which is hopefully going to be tomorrow.